All right, let's talk about Vietnamese food. Today we're going to jump right in and decode some of the most delicious dishes out there. The goal here is simple, to make this incredible cuisine feel totally approachable, especially if you're just starting out. Okay, let's do this.
You know that feeling, right? You're staring at this menu, it's full of beautiful words, you're not quite sure how to say, and you're just wondering, where do I even begin? It can be a little intimidating, but trust me, that's exactly what we're about to fix.
So think of this as your personal culinary cheat sheet. We're going to walk through 10 absolute classic dishes, break down what makes them so special, and even how to eat them. By the end of this, you'll be ordering like you've been doing it for years. We're going to start with the superstars. The dishes that are famous all around the world. These are pretty much the perfect introduction to all the amazing flavors of Vietnam.
First up, the legend itself, pho ba. You'll hear it pronounced kind of like pho ba. And look, this isn't just a soup. It's practically a national treasure. It's this beautiful, simple mix of a rich, clear broth, some tender beef, rice noodles, and a whole bunch of fresh herbs. So what's the big deal with pho? Well, it pulls off this magic trick of being both super light and deeply warming at the same time. The secret is really in that clear, aromatic broth that's been simmering away for hours. And when you throw in those fresh herbs right at the end, wow, the whole thing just comes alive.
Okay, let's move on to our next icon, Goi Kun, the fresh spring roll. Now these are the total opposite of what you might be picturing. They're not fried. Instead, they're these cool, refreshing rolls wrapped in soft rice paper, and they're just packed with fresh ingredients. A perfect, light, and healthy way to start a meal.
And of course, we have to talk about their delicious cousin, cha zor, the fried spring roll. These are everything you want in a fried snack. They're hot, they're savory, and they have this incredible, satisfying crunch with a delicious meat and veggie filling.
So, fresh versus fried. It really just boils down to what you're in the mood for. If you want something cool, refreshing, and light, you're going to go for Goi Quan. But if you're craving that hot, savory, crunchy satisfaction, cha zor is your move. Two rolls, two completely different but equally awesome experiences.
All right, now that we've covered the classic starters, let's get into the main event, the hearty, super flavorful dishes that are really the soul of Vietnamese street food.
Let's talk about what might be one of the best sandwiches on the entire planet. Banh mi. It's pronounced banh mi. It all starts with a light, crispy baguette, a little nod to French influence, and then it gets loaded up with savory meats, fresh, crunchy vegetables, and just the right amount of sauce. And what makes it so mind-blowingly good is the balance. A great banh mi hits every single note. It's a little sweet, a little salty, savory, fresh. It's just an explosion of flavor and texture in every single bite, seriously.
Next up is a real classic, Cơm Tấm Sun Nuong, which is grilled pork with rice. Just picture this, sweet, slightly charred grilled pork served over a bed of warm rice with some fresh veggies on the side. It's simple, it's incredibly satisfying, and oh man, the smell is just amazing.
Now, here's another grilled pork dish that might seem similar, but it's a totally different experience. This is bún chả, pronounced bún cha. With this one, the grilled pork comes with cold rice noodles, a bunch of herbs, and a bowl of this amazing sweet and savory dipping sauce. It's a much more hands-on, interactive meal.
So let's make this super clear. Cơm tấm is a complete, hearty plate with warm rice. Bún chả, on the other hand, is an interactive dish where you're dipping cold noodles and pork into a sauce. So it's the temperature of the noodles and the way you eat it that makes them completely different.
Okay, next up, we have bánh xèo, the Vietnamese pancake, pronounced bánh xèo. Now I need you to forget everything you think you know about pancakes. This is not a fluffy breakfast thing. This is a massive, yellow, super crispy crepe that's stuffed with delicious things like pork, shrimp, and bean sprouts. And what's so fun about bánh xèo is how you eat it. You don't use a fork and knife for this. No, you break off a piece of that crispy pancake, you wrap it up in a big, fresh lettuce leaf with some herbs, dip the whole thing in sauce, and then you get that perfect bite of hot, cold, crispy, and fresh all at once. And for our last savory dish, we have xôi gà, or chicken sticky rice. This is pure comfort food. We're talking soft, chewy, sticky rice topped with savory, tender chicken. It's simple, it's warm, and here's a fun fact for you. It's actually a super popular breakfast dish in Vietnam.
A great meal isn't complete without something to drink or a little something sweet, right? So let's talk about how to perfectly round out your Vietnamese food journey.
You cannot talk about Vietnamese cuisine without talking about coffee sua da, iced Vietnamese coffee. This stuff is legendary. It's made with really strong dark roast coffee that's brewed slowly, and then it's poured over ice with sweet, creamy condensed milk.
And that combination is why it's so addictive. It's this perfect balance. You've got the intense, bitter kick from the coffee, which is cut perfectly by the sweet, rich condensed milk, and the whole thing is served ice cold and refreshing. It's just a fantastic experience. Finally, let's hit dessert. This is che, pronounced che. Now, che isn't just one specific thing. It's a whole category of sweet desserts, usually served cold, almost like a sweet soup or a pudding.
The main thing to know about che is that it's all about variety and texture. It's usually super colorful, and it's packed with all sorts of interesting things, like different kinds of beans, tropical fruits, jellies, and it's all brought together with creamy coconut milk. It's just a really fun, refreshing way to end a meal.
And there you have it. 10 classic, absolutely delicious, and hopefully no longer mysterious dishes that give you the perfect roadmap to start exploring all the amazing food Vietnam has to offer.
So, the only question left is, which one are you going to try first? Are you going to go for the warm, comforting hug of a bowl of pho, the incredible crunch of a banh mi, or maybe the sweet kick of a Vietnamese iced coffee? Your adventure starts now. Have fun!